Well, good morning. You're looking outside on the Syntex Roof Systems camera in Bryan, where we have some thick fog in place here this morning. Not the case in Waco, Temple, Killeen, but east of I-35, a dense fog advisory running here through 9 o'clock. That will impact some of your morning commutes, especially if you live in the Brazos Valley, where we're seeing some of those thicker fog numbers. Visibility down below a quarter mile now in Hearn, quarter mile or below 3/4 miles currently in Hearn, rather. Quarter mile in Caldwell and a half mile in Bryan College Station. Numbers are in the 50s and the 60s here currently, and as those winds have turned out of the south, they're at about 5 to 15 miles per hour here going through this morning. They will increase again this afternoon. That'll help to clear the fog, turn it into some low cloud cover that will burn off here as we get into the middle of the day. 79 coming up by noon. I've got 84 coming up by 3 o'clock with those winds staying out of the south about 15 miles per hour or so. That means the gusts could get as high as 20. In your neighborhood, that will look like this. 83 in Belmead today. We'll call for 85 in Hewitt, 83 in China Spring. Down into Bell County, 85, Tipple, Belton, Harker Heights, 86 in Killeen, and 85 in Rogers. And across the rest of Central Texas, temperatures staying in the low to mid 80s here as we get into the afternoon. Now, Future Track shows you that cloud cover burning off. I do expect sunshine here as we get into the afternoon. South winds hanging around 15 miles per hour. Then overnight into your Friday, we start off with a little bit more cloud cover. We'll burn that off here as we get into Friday afternoon. And that's when this first week cold front will come our way. It'll put a squeeze on the atmosphere, pushing our temperatures close to 90 in many locations. And that one passes, it doesn't bring a lot of cooler air. Numbers will go down into the 50s by Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon, getting closer to 80. The second cold front that's on its heels, though, this is the one that means business. It's a chunk of the polar vortex that's going to cut off and go over the eastern part of the country. We'll be on the edge of that, close enough to get a strong cold front in here. But as far as polar air, I don't expect that, though it could bring some of the coolest air we've seen so far this year as it moves into our area. Unfortunately, what it won't bring is rainfall. We need it, and it looks like for the next 7 days it stays dry. So a little warm Friday, Saturdays 82, 62 Sunday. Monday, a high of 58, but look at the morning temperatures Monday. I've got numbers that are going to go down to the mid-30s in Waco, Temple, Killeen. Some of our northwestern counties have the potential to see their first freeze. So this could be a little significant chunk of cooler air that works in. It doesn't last, though. 60s Tuesday, and we'll be pushing closer to 80 again as we head towards the end of next week. And in the Brazos Valley, more of the same. Numbers in the low 80s here Thursday, mid 80s Saturday. I'm expecting 60s to come back in for early next week.